ice in my veins, but you know I'm about to pull more.
Time will only tell. You can try me if you want. Life can get real crazy. You can try me if you want. We gon' find out soon. We gon' find out soon. We gon' find out soon. Look me in my eyes. You can try me if you want. We don't got the same drive. You can try me if you want. We gon' find out soon. We gon' find out soon. We gon' find out soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Football season, Giants preseason is here. Let's get ready to go. We got some people in the chat. TC Steels, how you doing, brother? Dev Finch in the chat. Jiggaman Porto, as always. Listen, I think the Giants this season, it's going to be a fun year. It's going to be a fun year. Now, Tiki Barber, New York Giants, great. The best halfback that the New York Giants have ever had some interesting comments regarding Mr. Daniel Jones, calling him a top 5 quarterback in this league. And to be honest with you,
can be a top 5 quarterback. I really believe that. And, you know, I know a lot of this is about Saquon and what he means for Daniel Jones, but Daniel Jones is paid to be a top quarterback right now.
Hey, do me a favor, get a drug test for him during the break.
Top 5 quarterback.
He has the ability.
You're laughing at me. He has the ability. He has the ability.
Guys, you let me know what you think. Do you agree that Mr. I almost said Tiki Barber, that Daniel Jones has the ability to be a top 5 quarterback in this league? In my opinion, I 100% do. I 100% do. Yo, Hector, what's going on, brother? He's in the chat. I'm sweating my woohoo off. And it's freaking hot in this room. Hopefully the wife can hear me and she can turn the air on. But yeah, honestly, guys, I really do think that Daniel Jones, he could potentially be a top 5 quarterback in this league. Look at what they have on offense, right? Look at what they have. They acquired Darren Waller, right? You're bringing back Saquon Barkley, of course. He's not going to hold out. So you're going to have Saquon Barkley. And I'm having a brain fart here. Jalen Hyatt, 3rd round draft pick. In my opinion, he's going to be special. He's going to be something. I'm surprised. I'm surprised that Jalen Hyatt fell to the 3rd round. His numbers last season over at Tennessee. 67 receptions, almost 1,300 receiving yards, 15 receiving touchdowns over there at Tennessee. Breakout season. I'm sweating like a mother chucker right now. So if you could see this, if you could see my sweat, it's so hot in here. But yeah, Jalen Hyatt, I am super excited for Jalen Hyatt. Holy crap. If you could see my sweat, do me a favor. Big shift in the building. That's my cousin. That's my cousin. Does excellent work. Check out his channel. Shameless plug. But yeah, no, dudes, all seriousness. I think the Giants are gonna shock some people this season. Boomer Esiason thinks that they could have a top 10 offense in the NFL. A top 10 offense. Now, the only thing, with the super chat, wait a minute. Let's go, Big Blue. We can see that sweat. Oh, got that super chat. There you go. Carmine, thank you so much for the super chat. Listen, top 10 offense in the league. I think that's doable for the Giants. I really do, especially with Saquon Barkley, right? Especially with Saquon, a true contract year for Mr. Saquon Barkley. I think he's going to tear it up because he's going to want to show the Giants. He's going to show the Giants that, do you know what? I'm worth that $16 million per year. I'm worth that $17 million per year. And Saquon having a chip on his shoulder, in my honest opinion, is freaking dangerous. I'm sweating my freaking tail off. Now, the only thing that I worry about when it comes to this Giants offense is the offensive line, right? You have 2nd round draft pick over at center. I really like him over at center, but he's a rookie. So offensive linemen, they take a little while to, to get acclimated to this league. Evan Neal is an example of that. Last season, it was rough. I hope he's doing okay, by the way. Last season was rough for him. He had a rough rookie year. Even better, Andrew Thomas. That guy stunk in his rookie year. He was awful. People were saying, oh my gosh, we spent the fourth overall pick. Okay, CPNY Sports Pod, let's go Big Blue. Yeah, let's go Big Blue. And Hector, one thing we can say is these teams aren't going to sleep on the Giants this season like last year. Absolutely not. Man, especially Hector, especially since you're going in another year, right? You're going in another year of Mr. Brian Dable. You're going another as head coach. Kafka on offense, Wink Martindale on defense. And then you have another year of Kayvon Thibodeau. And then to top it all off with Thibodeau, who I think is going to be one of the best linebackers in football in the future. Maybe not right now, but he will be, in my opinion. Azeez Ojulari is the dark horse on this team. I think he can absolutely break out. Last year, he just needs to stay healthy. Last season, in only 7 games with the Giants, 5 starts, Mr. Azeez Ojulari had 5.5 sacks. 5.5 sacks. He could get to the quarterback. That's so important. That's so important. If you want to be a playoff team, you have to get to the quarterback. That's how those Tom Coughlin Super Bowl teams were built, getting to the quarterback. And if we could just do that, especially with Sexy Dexy, how you doing, brother Dexter Lawrence? I think he's going to have another big year. He just got paid a ton of money. Dev Finch, I can't wait. Giant season and beat Eagles too. Amen to that. Nico Perez, with weapons that DJ has this year, they should at least be competitive in the division. They should. He's got more weapons. Daniel Jones, and I yell a lot, so get used to it if you haven't seen my content. I'm sweating. The wife needs to bring me in some like paper towels, right? Because this is just nuts. The Daniel Jones, ever since he's been here, hasn't had the proper weapons, right? Ever since, it's either Saquon Barkley can't stay on the field, right? And then obviously with Saquon Barkley, he's a different quarterback. But then, like I said earlier, the one thing that is alarming with this offense is their offensive line, because Evan Neal needs to have a much better season. And CPNY Sports Pod need an Evan Neal turnaround. The wife just dropped off some paper towels. How you doing, wife? How you doing? Need an Evan Neal turnaround this season. X Factor type player opposite AT to protect Mr. Dimes. Yeah, man. Absolutely. And honestly, I really do think that Evan Neal, he's going to be something special. He's going to be something special. Just like Andrew Thomas. Andrew Thomas is one of the best tackles in the freaking league, so that might be saying a little bit too much. They'd be hoping for a little bit too much. But I think that Evan Neal could turn out. Listen, we spent the 7th overall pick on him a year ago. He better turn out to something like Andrew Thomas. That's what you hope. Then all of a sudden, you have Thomas committed. You have Evan Neal, who, okay, let's give him another year, right? We have to be fair. We can't expect him to be like Andrew Thomas. Andrew Thomas, it took him a couple of years to become an all-pro left tackle. I believe this second all-pro last season. It took him a bit, but he came into his own. According to PFF, he's the 3rd-ranked tackle in the league. Shane McNeil, what's up, man? Welcome. Shane, if you can't tell, I'm a sweaty son of a gun. And Jigga Man Porno, the wife for the win. Absolutely. The wife loves me. And she's watching. She doesn't want to see me drown in my sweat because that's what was gonna happen. So thank God I didn't drown in my sweat. But CPNY Sports Pod just subbed to Joe's channel. Got me hyped for tonight and this season in general. Love the energy. Football season hits different. CPNY Sport, man, it really does. It really does, especially since I'm a huge Yankee fan. I love my Yankees. And we need the Giants. We need the Giants to come out and breathe some new life into us fans, into us sports fans, because honestly, the Yankees have broken our hearts, but whatever. That's besides the point. New York Giants, let's go. Subscribe to my channel. Yeah, thank you, Morning Brew Sports, right? This is where we're at. Thank you so much. Subscribe to me. That'd be nice. CPNY Sports Pod. I'm a Mets fan, my guy. I'm right there with you. Yeah, you're honestly kind of worse. You're kind of worse off. Hector, true MVP is the wife who passed the bounty. Yeah, dude. Do we use bounty? I don't know. Wife, if you're here, put in the chat. Do we use bounty? I don't know. But anyway, I digress. Let's talk Giants, okay? So, yeah, that's like the one thing that's alarming to me is the offensive line, it being inexperienced. Yes, we have Glowinski coming back. He had an okay year for us last year. I believe started all 16 games. And then Andrew Thomas, I think, is going to obviously have another fantastic season. And we need that out of him. We need that out of Andrew Thomas. But Saquon Barkley, this is what I'm saying about Mr. Saquon Barkley, in my honest opinion. Barkley is going to have over 2,000 all-purpose yards. I think that he's going to have the kind of year that Giants great Tiki Barber used to have in his final 3 years. I think Saquon is going to be nuts. I really do, because he wants to get that money. He wants to get paid. And so in order to get paid, you need to perform. In last season, listen, let me know what you guys think about the Giants not committing all that money to Saquon Barkley, because I honestly think that in a way that position, it's kind of the market for it, right? It's kind of the market for it. There's a bead of sweat that's coming down. It's kind of the market for it, and when you need to commit to a premium position like an Andrew Thomas over at left tackle, right? Like Dexter Lawrence on the defensive line. When you have to commit that kind of money to and Jigaman, the running back market is taking and it sucks. Yeah, man, it does. It does. But the only thing that I have to say about that is it's look at geez, I forgot. I had an example. And it went out of the window. It went out of the window. This is the window. It went out of it. It's gone. It's finished. Shane McNeil, sup, Jigaman, sup, Hector. Shane McNeil, they love you and they wish you well. But yeah, I'm excited. Listen, Jalen Hyatt, like I said, is gonna have a good year. Let's look at my notes, because that's why the good Lord invented a notepad, so you can look at your notes. All right, so Boomer Esiason, like I said earlier, thinks the Giants should be a top 10 offense in this league. Listen to the receivers that Mr. Jones has. Okay. Darius Slayton, who had a rough start last year. He did. He had a rough start. I believe he wasn't active. He was not active week 1. I don't think he was active week 2. I don't think Slayton was. And then I think he played week 3, but wasn't really targeted. So he didn't really play until week 4. He finished the year with almost 800 receiving yards. Darius Slayton did. I mean, after not starting the first 2 games of the year, after kind of starting the 3rd game, then all of a sudden, all of us got white stuff on my freaking mouth because I'm talking, haven't eaten all day, and I got this white stuff. Darius Slayton, I'm expecting a nice season out of him, especially in another year under Dable, another year under Kafka. I really do. I expect him to maybe not be a number one receiver, but to have a bigger year, maybe 1,000 yards. And Hector, right there, yeah, man, I agree, brother. I mean, of course I agree because I made a freaking point. You agree with me too. So, yeah, I'm all sweaty. Let me know if I'm doing a good job. It's like my first live stream for you guys, and I'm all sweaty, and it looks funny. And I got a picture back here. Yeah, so Giants Lions tonight. I'm excited. You probably won't really see anybody of importance, right? You probably won't see Daniel Jones. You'll see more of Tyrod Taylor. You'll see more of him. You'll see, but the big thing is about it is when Jalen Hyatt, he will be given an opportunity to showcase his ability. And is he going to rise to the occasion? Jigga, I'm sorry that I didn't send you a clip of Mr. Jalen Hyatt, but I could describe it to you. Jalen Hyatt the other day over at camp, over in practice, Daniel Jones launches one, throws a deep ball. Jalen Hyatt beats the two defensive backs, catches the ball. And it's like he essentially had two guys on him, and he still caught the damn football. He had two guys on him. Again, why did this kid? Can somebody tell me why this kid fell to the third round? Why? Why'd he fall? I want to know. I want to know why he fell. He looks fantastic. I really can't wait to see him tonight. And Jigga Man, do you think Waller gets any action? I mean, he might hand off the water cooler, a cup of water to Tyrod Taylor and say, "Hey, brother, here you go. Here's a cup of water. Hydrate yourself. It's hot today. I think he could. He could see some time. He could get some reps. But I don't really see it happening. Jalen Hyatt will explode onto the scene, a la OBJ style. Book it. Woo! Listen, that's one heck of a statement. OBJ is was at least one of the best receivers, and he's one of the greatest Giants receivers ever, at least when you break down the regular season numbers. He killed it. OBJ killed it. So with that being said, to put that kind of pressure on Jalen Hyatt is unfair. It is. So I understand CPNY Sports Pod. I get that. I do. But in my opinion, that's saying a lot. Jalen Hyatt being the next OBJ, because OBJ is something else. OBJ is something different, But I do understand. It's Friday. I got to get my hot takes. Listen, brother, I totally get it. I understand. Dev Finch, thank you. I'm sweating like a freaking pig right now. Maybe it has to do with nerves. It probably does. I'm a nervous Nelly. I really am. I'm a nervous son of a gun. Yeah, and Hector too, bro. I hope everything is going well for you, man. I know that's completely just off topic, but yeah, OBJ was he was. Let's talk about OBJ for a little bit, right? Let's take this time to talk about Odell Beckham Jr. Odell, man, I was kind of like hoping that the Giants were going to bring him back. That was like a rumor for a little bit. And I was kind of like praying that the Giants would have brought OBJ back. Okay, so OBJ, his first 3 seasons with the New York Football Giants, 91 receptions, 1,300 receiving yards, 12 touchdowns. Listen, if Jalen Hyatt, if he could get 700 receiving yards, I'll be happy. If he could get 700 receiving yards, I'll be happy. And then Odell's second year in the league, almost 1,500 receiving yards, 13 touchdowns, 96 receptions. Holy crap. Odell was just something special. We all knew this. We all know that. So, listen, Jalen Hyatt, I wish him nothing but the best. I think he's going to be good. But, sorry, not sorry. What does that mean, cynical? What are you talking about? OBJ was that's what you're talking about. Listen, cynical. I got to say this, man. I got to say this. You got that Ric Flair on your logo, Jigga. Bring him up again. I want to see Ric Flair. Woo! You got Ric Flair, baby. I got something to tell you, cynical. Sometimes in life, we're just not perfect. Okay? We're not perfect. OBJ maybe wasn't on his best behavior with the Giants. And that's what caused them to get traded. I get it. I understand, cynical. But we need to know and understand, right? Regardless if you're a scumbag or not, the boy can ball. He could play. And Odell Beckham Jr. is, or at least was, not anymore, was an elite talent. It's just, it didn't work in Cleveland. It didn't work there. But if he did come back to the Giants and you gave Daniel Jones that kind of a weapon, Maron, imagine adding Odell Beckham Jr. to the newly acquired Darren Waller, to Isaiah Hodgins, who had a good showing for us last year too. How can I forget about Isaiah? CPNY Sports Pod. Salute everyone in the chat, and Joe as well. Great show. Got to catch it on the next go around. Happy Friday. Listen, brother, thank you so much for showing up. I'm sweating my tail off here. This is probably entertaining in itself, but I appreciate that. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for leaving a comment and supporting the show. Michelle Hernandez, you're doing great, Joe. Thank you. And to everybody, that's my wife. So that's my beautiful and lovely wife who is watching the show and supporting her mans. So yeah, it's talk about Waller, biggest pickup in my opinion. Yeah, talk about Waller. Let's bring up Mr. Darren Waller really quick here. Let's bring up Waller. He struggled with injuries, right? Past few seasons, struggled with injuries, but if he could stay on the field, he was once upon a time one of the better tight ends in the NFL. He was. That's why he got big friggin' money. What, I believe it was a 4-year contract, over $50 million. He signed with the Vegas Raiders. Big money for him. And Michelle MVP. Yeah, baby, Michelle MVP. Yeah, so, Darren Waller, if he can stay healthy, if he can stay on the field, and if he's going to be okay, he's going to be freaking huge. The plays, what he was doing, what Mr. Waller was doing in camp recently, yes, it was 7-on-7 drills, so you don't have the safety out there to come up and bam, explode you, right? But he was breaking away from the defensive backs who were covering him, and they kind of had no shot against him. They had no shot at all. And that means, that could mean for some special stuff, for some good things with Darren Waller. So, do I think Darren Waller is going to have the kind of year he had last year? No, because he only played in 9 games, started 6 of them, 28 catches, 388 receiving yards, 3 touchdowns. He's better than that. Look what he did in 2020, COVID year. 2020, 107 receptions, 1,200 receiving yards, 9 touchdowns. I'm not asking to get that kind of production out of Waller, but the fact of the matter is, if we could get close to that, this is a win for the Giants. This is a win. And didn't we use the Kadarius Toney pick to acquire Waller? So the pick that we got from Kansas City to acquire Waller, but Nico Perez, big body like Waller, you can see 10 plus TDs in the red zone alone this season if he stays healthy. Listen, Nico, I love the optimism. I really do. But Darren Waller has never done that once in his career. The most he's caught was 9 back in 2020. But I see what you're saying. That would be nice. Dev Finch, I hope Giants done better than the Jets this year. I hope so too. Jets got A-Rod. Jets got Aaron Rodgers, man. He went on some type of a trip. He got a little, he took some what do they call them? I'm drawing a stinking blank. They call them something. But he went on a little mental vacation, if you will. And God bless him. I hope he has a big year, but not at the Giants' expense. Do you know what would be sick? Honestly, I'm just gonna kind of yammer on. And darkness, this conversation is headed in the right direction. Darkness retreat talk. Yeah, darkness retreat. The darkness. I think it's kind of funny how the media like skewed that, right? Because everybody's thinking, oh my gosh, is this something demonic? And I don't think it was for Rodgers. I don't think it was anything demonic. I mean, he used whatever his beliefs are now, whatever it is, what it is. But it was just like not using electricity, not using phones. I believe the darkness retreat. Freaking Aaron Rodgers, man, what a clown! He really is. He's such a clown. But I think he's funny. I think he's a good clown, quite frankly. But yeah, so guys like Darren Waller, that with Nico, I love that comment from before. 10 plus TDs. Jiggaman, if you guys get 80% of what Waller was with Raiders, that will be huge for Jones. It'll be freaking enormous, man. It'll be so big. It'll be huge. Even 70%. Even 70% for Darren Waller, what he was with the Raiders when he was healthy. That would be enormous. Think about this. Daniel Jones hasn't had that kind of a weapon ever since he's been in this friggin' league. Ever. Carmine, he's catching 10, no doubt. Carm, listen. Listen to what I said before. Darren Waller, even though I love that fantasy, I love it. I love him potentially catching 10 touchdowns. That would be great. But he hasn't done that since 2020, and he's only only caught 9 in 2020. So I just hope that the only thing I hope for Waller is he just stays healthy. That's it. I just hope he can stay healthy, because if he stays healthy, he's going to make one heck of an impact. But there's something that I want to talk about. Jigga, I'm sorry. I'm going off. Now I'm going off. Back in the day, when Plaxico Burress did what he did and kind of, let's call it, right? He shot himself in the leg. Do the Giants repeat that year? They just came off a Super Bowl season. I believe they went 12-4. The wife is bringing me tissues because she knows I'm about to cry in a little bit. I wonder what happens if Plaxico Burress never shoots himself in the leg. My God, poor Plaxico. That just sucks. Eli Manning missed. Imagine if we could get a receiver like a Plaxico Burress. It's like 6'5" for Daniel Jones. 6'5". How tall is Darren Waller? How tall is he's 6'6"? Holy! He's 6'6". We got him. I didn't even realize that, my goofy friggin' bald son of a mother. I didn't realize that. He's 6'6". Nico, he might catch 15 if he's healthy. He might catch you 15. Imagine Darren Waller, that big that big guy, right? Just going into the end zone, right? And then Jalen Hyatt just shooting him out of a freaking rocket. Explosive receiver. Imagine the kind of the targets that Daniel Jones is going to have this year, guys. It's making me, I kind of have a dry mouth. Excuse me. I'm going to take a swig of some Poland Spring. No sponsor here. But yeah, I'm excited. I think, let me know your predictions. Who's ever watching, thank you for watching. I don't know how many people are watching, quite frankly, but what do you think the Giants' record will be this upcoming season? Will they improve on the 9-7-1? I think they could. I think they could, especially if number one, Azeez Ojulari is healthy. Right? That's going to be huge. Thibodeau stays healthy and he improves on defense. And then go to the offensive side of the ball. If Darren Waller stays healthy, I think that would be absolutely, it's going to be huge for Daniel Jones. My God, the white stuff, that's gross. It's going to be big. And I think, honestly, we could see like a 12-5 record for the Giants. Is that extreme? Jigga Man, this could be New York football's best year in a very long time. Yeah, absolutely. Listen, I just feel like when the Jets were good, the Giants were not so much. And then when the Giants were okay, Dev Finch, I hope 12-5. Yeah. Yankee Kyle, Jigga Man, good afternoon, buddy. Hey, Yankee Kyle. What's up, bro? My name's Joe. How you doing? How is everything? Doing good? What's your thoughts on the Yanks? I don't want to hear that. What's your thoughts on the New York Football Giants this upcoming season? I want to know if you're still watching. If you're not, if I made you click off, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry if I made you click off. But yeah, guys, the Giants, I think, could have a very exciting year ahead of them. If obviously we have to stay healthy. That's it. And that's, I mean, what's that really saying? Right? What's that really saying? If you're an NFL team, that's your goal every year is okay. Let's go and stay healthy. Remember that year? I believe it was the year before Eli Manning when we went 4-12. Was that under Fossil? I think it was under Fossil. It was before Coughlin, right before Coughlin, because I believe Medina. Sup, Joe? Giants fan here. Medina, what's up, brother? I'm really happy that you're watching. I think I don't know how I'm doing. I'm just yammering, but great job. Thank you for all right, Yankee Kyle. Joe, how about 12-4 if healthy? I hope so, but there's another game in there, bro. There's another game in there. There's 17 of them now. There's 17 games. So maybe the 12-5 that I predicted wasn't too crazy. Nico Perez, apparently Rodgers was having a tough time in joint practices this week. So if the trend continues, Jets listen, Daniel Jones had a rough time too the one day. I think he went like 5-4-11. And then the next day he improved. He got better. So, what are you going to do? Right? It's just Medina. So far, you're doing a good job, buddy. Dude, I am trying right now. I'm trying my damn best for you guys to just talk and yammer. And Merc so saucy. I can't be biased. I'm not a Giants fan, but good luck to the Giants. Thank you. Merc so saucy. Who do you like then? If you're here and you're watching me, which thank you for that. Who do you like? Who's your team? Dev Finch. I hope Eagles have a real bad year. Dev Finch, I got unfortunate news for you. That ain't going to happen. They're going to have another good season. I personally think that Jalen Hurts is actually kind of overrated. He's not a bad quarterback. I just think he's overrated. Merc so saucy Cowboys. Oh my gosh, you're a Cowgirls fan. That's okay. We accept all kinds here. We accept all kinds of fans. It doesn't matter. We all do love. We all do, Dev. Said something else. We all do, Dev. Yankee Kyle Medina. I'm doing good, but yeah, that's great. But Merc. So listen. Your Cowgirls, they're just something else. Merc so saucy. I think personally, Daniel Jones is better than Dak Prescott. Don't scream at me. Thankfully, I'm the only one that's talking. Unpopular opinion, sports. What's up, man? Hey, what's up, Joe? You know what, man? I'm doing okay. You know, it's the room that I'm doing this in. It's really hot right now. So I'm kind of cooking. But Nico Perez, the Eagles lost both their offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. There's no way that doesn't translate on the field. I wouldn't be surprised if they lose against New England. Yeah. Listen, I could see that. I could see that being an issue, losing both coordinators, but I just feel that the Eagles at this point have put a good squad together. And I don't know. I really do think that the Giants, here's my opinion. Here's my thing. Maybe it doesn't go well with the 12-5 record I'm predicting, or that I think they could get. But I think that the Giants finish in second place in the NFC East and they make it into the playoffs as a wild card. I do think they are going to improve off their 9-7 season with a tie. I think they're going to improve on it. How will they improve on it? I'm not sure. Let's be honest. CeeDee Lamb is a Giants killer, but love to you, bro. Yeah, man. Listen, dude, I would have loved the Giants to draft him. Didn't we? I could be wrong. Didn't the Giants have the opportunity to get CeeDee Lamb and they passed up on him? I'm not entirely sure. I could be 100% wrong. I'm going to go and check. If you guys could let me know in the comments, that would be nice, because I got to go down a rabbit hole there. But yeah, I like CeeDee Lamb a lot, bro. I do. But he's a cowgirl. So he just said, yeah, they did, I believe. Yeah. It's just, what the heck? You know, there's nothing we could do about it. We can't turn back time. If I could turn back time. Yeah. But, yeah. Let's see. What else? Azeez Ojulari. Isaiah Hodgins. How do you guys feel about him? Last season, he came on to the Giants team. What was it? Was it week 10? Giants signed him week 10, and he finished the year with 37 receptions, 392 receiving yards, 4 touchdowns for Mr. Isaiah Hodgins. I think he could have a better year. What a pickup that was. Week 10, you bring him in, really have no expectations. Bills just cut him. Dable's familiar with him during his time in Buffalo. And then he comes here and he has a productive, decent little run with the Giants. That's great. Isaiah Hodgins is somebody that I do think is pretty good, and I think he could maybe have listen. Not everybody can have a breakout year. It's just not a thing. Let's talk about Paris Campbell. We haven't touched upon him yet. So last year kind of was the first year where he played in 17 games. So I assume he had injury issues. But last season, Paris Campbell, 63 receptions, 623 receiving yards, 3 receiving touchdowns for Campbell. If he can improve on those numbers, or honestly bring those numbers, that's the kind of year that I would love Jalen Hyatt to have. That kind of season that Mr. Paris Campbell had for the Indianapolis Colts last year. We signed, I believe, Campbell to a 1-year deal for 7 years. Not for 7 years, for 1 year. 1-year deal for $7 million. Not on. But yeah, Paris Campbell, I think he could be the X factor in this Giants offense. I really do. And Jalen Hyatt is the secret weapon. Jigaman Porto, the vocals. I'm just being a goofball. I'm sorry. Merc so saucy. Hodgins can be a secret weapon. Dude, absolutely. Absolutely. But with the Giants, you have Darius Slayton, you have Paris Campbell, you have Sterling Shepard, right? Did I say Isaiah Hodgins? Probably did. Then you have Jalen Hyatt. So you have a lot of guys there that you're going to have to try to squeeze in. And that's where tonight is huge for guys like a Jalen Hyatt, for a guy like Isaiah Hodgins. That's where it's huge. It's huge for them. Jigaman reports from camp look good for Campbell. Yeah. They're Merc so saucy. They're stacked at wide receiver. Yeah. They are. I agree. It's just like, okay, how can we find enough reps, enough targets for everybody if Jalen Hyatt is really having this big of a camp? It's like, okay, let's see how this translates into the preseason. Then if it friggin' translates into the preseason, the Giants have a very good problem, right, with the receiving core. That's a good problem to have. But when it comes to having too many targets, that's what you want. And we're not even talking about Darren Waller. We're not even talking about Bellinger. Bellinger's not bad either. And as a second tight end, not bad at all. Nico Perez, I have the Giants either first or second in the division. The only thing that may give them more than a handful is Dallas's defense. Adding Gilmore was a big W, brother. I agree 100%. But if I could counteract that, though, the good thing is, okay, Gilmore, big W, yes, totally agree. I understand that. Diggs on defense, a beast. I get that. But with the Giants adding what they did to this receiving core, I think they could manipulate the holes in the Dallas defense, if that made any sense. So the Giants bringing in, having 5 or 6 targets for Daniel Jones. We're not even talking about Saquon friggin' Barkley. We're not talking about him. So if this offensive line could come into its own and Evan Neal has a better year, and I hope he's doing okay. He suffered a concussion recently. I hope he's doing fine. But then you have Andrew Thomas, who's expected to have a big listen. He's getting paid like a top 5 tackle in the league, and according to PFF, he's 3rd. So definitely we could rely on him. Dev Finch, what channel are the Giants on tonight? That's a great question. I don't know. Isn't it like funky during preseason? Because I remember years ago watching the Giants preseason, like on UPN 9 back in the day when that was a thing. Because SmackDown wasn't on. It was like a Thursday night. SmackDown wasn't on because the Giants were on. So there's that. So I don't know, Dev Finch, what channel they play on. If anybody can share that information, that would be nice. That would be nice. But yeah, to go off of what Merc So Saucy said about the Giants being stacked at receiver, absolutely, totally. Shout out UPN. Shout out UPN. UPN, I kind of miss it. I miss it. That was where blind dating was on, right? Jonathan, good afternoon. What's up, Jonathan? Thank you for joining. Thank you so much for stopping by. We got we're going, I believe, until 3, right, Jigga? Right, until 3 o'clock. So we still have some time. You guys let me know, though. I only saw one person. You guys let me know what you think the Giants record is going to be this year. And also let me know who you're most excited for. We saw Darren Waller's name, right? We saw a prediction of 10 touchdowns for Mr. Darren Waller, which is nutty. He's never done that once in his career. But if he's healthy, and if the Merc So Saucy, from what I seen, it said NFL Network. Yeah. Jonathan forgot you were on today. Well, Jonathan, dude, it's okay, brother. Every Friday, right here, 2 o'clock, 10-6, Giants at Medina forever. Giants on NBC. Medina coming in clutch, baby. Thank you so much for letting us know what friggin' channel the Giants are on. I could have just Googled it, but I thought it'd be better. Nico, if I just asked you guys. Nico, I say 10-7 at the least. So then what you're telling me is, which I disagree with that record, at the least. Okay. So what you're saying is the minimum 10-7. All right, I could see that. But guys, I think they're going to improve. They're going to improve off that 9-7-1 record that they had last year. They're going to. It's enough. Think about this. Think about this. We weren't supposed to be that good last season. We weren't supposed to win a playoff game, but we did. We advanced to the divisional rounds in the playoffs. We weren't supposed to do that, but we did. So what I think, you could really see a surprise. And I'm not saying the Giants will overtake the Eagles because that is a tall task. We're talking about a team that was just in the Super Bowl. So let's rear back and relax. But I do think that a 12-5 record, that's so weird saying that. I was so used to saying 12-4, 12-5. That's weird. A 12-5 record, though, would be, number one, phenomenal for the Giants. Of course, that would probably exceed all expectations. I just think the 10-6 or 10-7 record, I don't know. I see them improving, guys. I see them improving. I don't see them having the same record. That's hard for me to accept. That's hard for me. Jigga Man, the 17 games still throws me off. Yeah, bro, especially when you're playing Madden, right? When I'm playing Madden, it's like, oh, shoot, I got 17 games. I don't want to play 17, but I do like that they did cut down to 3 preseason games, though. So I'm a huge fan of that. That's awesome that they cut that down. But Jonathan, I think the Giants could be a playoff team. Jonathan, they will be a playoff team. They will be. If they're not a playoff team, then that means they're regressing. And then you just committed $160 million into your quarterback. You better not be regressing. And to top it all off, you got that running back, one of the best backs in the NFL. If you don't make the playoffs, if the Giants don't make the playoffs and you have Saquon Barkley on your damn team, that means he's either hurt or he didn't play up to his potential. And then you don't pay him. And Saquon's going to want to get paid. So with that being said, the Giants will make the playoffs. They have too many things going for them. They have way too many things. Giants season will depend on the O-line. Bro, Jonathan, totally get that. Totally get that. Agree 110%. But now you have a rookie over at center. Okay. Second round draft pick. I get it. He's a rookie. Looks very good, by the way. He's having a good camp. He's over at center. So I get that. You want to give these guys a couple of years before relying on them. Evan Neal is going into year 2. So you would hope that he would progress from last year. Last season, he was bad. He wasn't very good. So in the Giants, their offensive line was a problem last season, in my opinion. And they went 9-7-1. 9-7-1. So honestly, I really do think that if they don't make the playoffs and they regress, number one, obviously that will be an absolute joke. Jonathan, I don't know the futures with Barkley, though. Jonathan, that's the future with Barkley is neither here or there. It doesn't matter what the future with Barkley is. It doesn't matter. What matters is what he does in 2023. That's what matters. Joe, love your Yankees content, my friend. Also, I hope my Seahawks go 14-5. Well, Yankee Kyle, 14-5. That would mean if you go 14-5, that would mean, number one, they either added 2 games to the schedule, or number 2, you want them to make it to the NFC Championship game. God bless. Don't we all? Hector Cruz. Schedule is tough this year, though. Hey, Hector, how you doing? Schedule is tough this year. Schedule's tough every year. It's the NFC East. Everybody in the division's always tough. The Cowgirls are always tough. The Eagles are tough. The Commanders are tough. We're tough every year. The schedule's tough every damn year. So there's no escaping that. It was tough last season. It was. And we went 9-7 with a tie. We ended up winning in the playoffs against the Vikings when I didn't think they were going to win. And then we had that momentum going into against the Eagles. Still breaks my heart that we lost, but now we have a few added pieces. We have a few more pieces. So that's why I have this optimism with this team. That's why 12-5 to me. Now listen, I'll eat my words if it doesn't happen. Okay? I'm just saying that if we think that this Giants team will regress after paying your quarterback $40 million per year? If the Giants regress, like I said earlier, that means that Saquon Barkley did not have the year he was hoping to have. Merc So Saucy, the NFC East got the strongest. You listen, brother, it's been that way. I feel like it's been that way for a while. It's been that way most years. The division, maybe not the strongest, but it's always been tough. It's always been tough. The Giants, when they won their Super Bowls, their most recent two, they weren't even first place teams. They went 10-6 the first time around, the first Manning Super Bowl. Then they went 9-7. So it really, you just have to get into the tournament. But I personally don't think that we're going to regress, that the Giants will regress. I don't think so. I could be wrong. I don't think it's on the table. Nico Perez, the Commanders are going to have an iffy season, but with the new ownership, I can see them being a bigger threat in the future. Yeah, man. Of course, absolutely. But, you know, that's the future. We're talking about now. We are. We're talking about now. So if you feel that the Commanders are going to have an iffy season, then they could take the back seat, take last place. Bada bing, bada boom. Giants will capitalize on that. And they should sweep them. They should. We should go 2-0 this year against the Commanders. 2-0. The Eagles scare me a little bit. I would love to split the season, the series with the Eagles this year, 1-1. Carmine, NFC East and AL East are a hellhole divisions to be fans of. You're right. You're 100% right. It's tough. It's tough to be if you're a Yankees fan like me, love my Yankees. I have a Yankees channel. It's hard right now. The NFC East will be tough. I could talk bad about the Dallas Cowboys all I want. The Cowgirls, I'm sorry. I could talk bad about them all I want, but if I say that they're not a threat, I'm a liar. Of course they're a threat. They always are. That's the one thing about for the most part, they always are. Jonathan, what do we expect from Deonte Banks? I just want him to be productive. I just want him to come in there and play well, not get burnt, not commit penalties, go in there, play some clean football. Giants first round draft pick Deonte Banks. But he's a rookie. He's a rookie. Remember Prince Amukamara? Was that the last cornerback that the Giants took in the first round? I might be forgetting somebody. I very well could be. I don't even know how many years I'm going back while bringing up Amukamara. But Deonte Banks, taken later in the first round, he'll be good, right? Just don't expect him to be Deion Sanders in his first year. Because he won't be. No one is. Dev Finch, Cowgirls have clown owner. They've always had a clown owner. Jerry Jones. But he likes to put a product on the field. He likes a spectacle, if you will. He's the Vince McMahon of the NFL. If I made any sense there. He's George Steinbrenner. That's who Jerry Jones is. Jigga Man, he won't be a Sauce Gardner. Bro, honestly, Jigga, you can't put that pressure on somebody. Sauce Gardner is an anomaly. That's an anomaly. That doesn't happen every day. That doesn't happen every year. Sauce is on a different planet. On a different planet. In my opinion, no use in even comparing Sauce to Deonte. Right? There's no use. But Deonte, I think he'll have a good year. Especially with Adoree Jackson back there as well. And if Adoree stays healthy. Darnay Holmes. Nico Perez. A fun thing about the Giants is that after those 2 Super Bowl wins from the wild card division, no other team did that until Brady with the Bucks. The Giants just thrive fighting through everyone. Yeah. Big Blue in the Bronx. Yo, what's going on, man? How are you today? How is everything going? Unfortunately, the stream is coming to an end in about a few minutes. Jonathan, do you think Jalen Hyatt could be around for a while? Well, listen, he was a third round draft pick. He's at least on the team for 4 years, I believe. Right? Jonathan, I think Jalen Hyatt. I don't know if you caught it earlier. You did hop in a little late, so I love talking about Hyatt. Sometimes I don't shut up about Hyatt, but I think Hyatt is going to have a big year. I think he could have a big year. I think he could have a year like Paris Campbell did last season for the Colts, where he had like 63 receptions, almost 700 receiving yards. I feel like he's going to have the kind of impact that maybe what Isaiah Hodgins had for them when he only played in like 7 games. Isaiah Hodgins for the Giants, and he had almost 400 receiving yards. In how many games? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In 8 games, 400 yards. That's pretty good. So if we could have Hyatt play, 16, 17 games, and then have 800 receiving yards, that's what you want. That's what you want. Carmine, yeah, great job, Joe. Big fan. Listen, shut up. He's family, so he's gonna. Dev Finch. Oh, now you've done a great job. Thank you, Dev. I appreciate that. Means a lot to me. Honestly, I was super duper nervous, but I feel like I did a decent job today. You on Twitter, my man? Big Blue in the Bronx. I'm not, but what I do have, I have a Yankees channel too, and I have a Giants channel. So Jigga, if you didn't link those or something, if you could do that's where I am. I should get a Twitter. That would be nice. I don't have one, but I should get one. But yeah, guys, listen, the Giants and the Lions tonight, first preseason game of the year. You won't see much. You'll see Hyatt. You might see Hodgins. You won't see too much though. So you won't see Daniel Jones probably. If you do, it's just for a little bit. You won't see Darren Waller. Got the white stuff, you mother. You won't see a lot. So, but it's exciting. Football is back, and I'm pumped. I'm actually going to the game next week. Still be doing the show, but I'm going to the game next week. So that's fun. The tickets were like $15 a pop. That's nothing. Big Blue in the Bronx just subbed up to both. Can't wait to see. Yeah, man. Absolutely. Listen, we have 2 minutes left. I just want to say thank you guys for coming on. Thank you for watching. It means a lot to me. It really does. This is live streaming is brand new to me, so I was super nervous about it. But I just want to say thank you guys for being an awesome chat. Thank you for watching. It means the world to me. But Jigga, I guess this is where we sign off, brother. So thank you guys so much for watching. Enjoy the Giants game tonight. I'll see you guys next week. Adios.